Good morning. Good morning. Boy, everybody was so quiet this morning. Do you want to turn the light on, or do we not? Or that one? Just asking. Hi. Jan and I were over in Seattle yesterday at a car show, and I had this great big, 4-inch hat on, brim hat, which I always wear if I'm outside, really. And my neck is completely burned. And I go, well, now how the heck did that happen? It says, honey, you were constantly looking down at parts and everything. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. All right, things going on. Of course, Qigong every Sunday. Course in Miracles at 1 o'clock today, William and Sandra. Of course, National Hammock Day. That's cool. Intuitive Tarot on Thursday. And Art and Soul on Saturday. And it's National Take Your Houseplants for a Walk Day. How do they do that? I mean, how do they get something like that as a national holiday or a national thing?
And who actually takes their houseplants for walks?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they do. More t-shirts, sweatshirts, or whatever you want to do with these silly things. Some people just need a pat on the head with a hammer. A wise man once said nothing. Kind of like that one. I prefer not to think before speaking. I like being just as surprised as everyone else is at what comes out of my mouth. And have you seen the primate progression in size, going to the next Homo sapien and everything? And then there's a guy now at the front of this all saying, go back, we screwed up everything. There we go. All right. More of our patron saints, John Lennon and George Carlin. May they rest in peace. John said, if everyone demanded peace instead of another television set, well, we might have peace. I believe it. I do believe it. And George, I think it's the duty. Hi, Toby. It's our house cat, so she always runs around. I think it's the duty of the comedian to find out where the line is drawn and cross it deliberately. So, yeah, that's George. He does it. He did a good job of that, boy. I'll tell you.
He would be so mellow compared to now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm certainly no prude, but I hear some of the comedians, and it's like, why does that have to come out of your mouth every few seconds? It's like I really just don't get that speech pattern. But maybe it just means I'm old. I don't know. To love is to place our happiness in the happiness of another. I think I said that last week, but I liked it enough. I said it again today. If nobody loves you, be sure it's not your own fault. And pure motives do not ensure perfect results. Unfortunately, that is probably true. And French sculptor Frédéric Bartoli, original design for the Statue of Liberty called Egypt Carrying the Light of Asia, was intended to be placed on the port in Port Said, Egypt, to commemorate the completion of the Suez Canal. So, yeah, kind of interesting. Has nothing to do with anything, but it's interesting. I like interesting stuff. So, which is probably why I have been doing a lot of work on Volkswagens for quite some time. So, I bought this VW camper earlier in the year because Jan and I thought, gosh, it'd be fun to just go on day trips. So, of course, I bought one that probably needed a little bit more work than I knew. And let's see, since the first of the month, I've only broken down once under the van. Of course, I was at Pasco Auto Wreckers, so I was out there with a hammer and borrowed some of their tools, got out running them, and a few other. Yeah, it's. I'm trying to get it a little more reliable before we go then more in about 10 miles from home. So, time will tell. Pride is. Oh, that's. Have I done that one? No, Houston. Patience has its limits. Take it too far, and it's cowardice. Interesting. The vices we scoff at in others, we laugh at within ourselves. And, well, hi, Toby. What are you doing up here? Hello.
Say hello to the camera.
Is that what she was doing? Really? She's paying attention to me. So, perfect courage means doing unwitnessed what we would be capable of with the world looking on. Probably true. Probably true. I know we've got, let's see, our picnic is going to be in September. We still haven't gotten the date yet. Potlucks. This sign-up sheet for the potluck. The 28th, we're going to have a potluck, summer fun day. So if you're going to be here, great, love to have you. If you go, oh, crap, I forgot to bring something, don't worry about it, stay.
28th of what?
July.
Next weekend. Oh, I'm looking at the August calendar. I'm already in the future, sorry.
So if you think you're going to be here, our theme this time is good pies. So it's just summer stuff, like a good summer salad or, whatever, but, pies would be good. Yep. Did I mention like rhubarb, strawberry, something like that? Okay.
Nothing but pie.
A Polish immigrant went to the DMV to apply for a driver's license. First, of course, he had to take the eye test. The optician showed him a card with the letters CZWIXNOSTACZ. Can you read this? The optician asked. Read it, the Polish guy replied. I know the guy. Okay. If at first you don't succeed, shouldn't you try doing it like your wife told you to?
Amen to that.
Why do people constantly return to the refrigerator with the hopes that something new to eat has suddenly materialized? Jan's brother's daughter went to college, and she came back after being there half a semester, I think, and she goes, Uncle Phil, when I lived at home, I'd open up the refrigerator and say, there's nothing to eat here. I open up my refrigerator now at school, and there really isn't anything to eat there. Does a clean house indicate that there is a broken computer in it? Why is it that no matter what color of bubble bath you use, the bubbles are always white? I've always wondered that. Why can't they make colorful bubbles? I don't get it. Is there ever a day when mattresses are not on sale? These are things to ponder on. So, okay. This is a little bit long, so I'm going to read fast. Two men were sitting next to each other at a bar. After a while, one guy looks at the other and says, I can't help but think from listening to you that you're from Ireland. The other guy responds proudly, well, yes, I am. The first guy says, so am I. Whereabouts in Ireland might you be from? The other guy answers, I'm from Dublin. The first guy responds, sure, Bigorra, so am I. And what street did you live on in Dublin? The other guy says, a lovely little area it was. I lived on McCleary Street in the old central part of town. The first guy says, Faith and Bigorra, it's a small world, and so did I. So did I. And to what school did you be going to? The other guy answers, well, now I went to St. Mary's, of course. The first guy gets really excited and says, and so did I. So did I. Tell me, what year did you graduate? The other guy answers, well, now let's see. I graduated in 1964. The first guy exclaims, the good Lord must be smiling upon us this day. I can hardly believe my good luck at winding up in the same bar tonight. Can you believe it? I graduated from St. Mary's in 64 myself. About this time, Vicky walks into the bar, sits down, orders a beer. Brian, the bartender, walks up to Vicky, shaking his head and mutters, it's going to be a long night. Vicky asks, well, what do you mean, Brian? The Murphy twins are drunk again. I know. Yeah, think about that one for a minute. I knew when I walked from the back, I felt like I was missing something, and then my coffee. But we have a special treat today. May is going to, right? Okay, just want to make sure because I haven't asked that. She's going to sign for us one of our favorite songs. Oh, awesome. So, how cool. I will play the song, and she will...
She's going to show us first.
Huh?
She's going to walk through it first.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Were you able to record that?
No, we weren't able to. I really wish we were. I'm still working on trying to talk to Deneen and seeing if we can.
Well, we have permission.
I know,
but I'd
we
not
have
written
email permission.
Oh,
I have
gotcha.
to be able to have a written record of the whole thing. Blah 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 blah.
We'll put Phil on it. He's awesome about
Okay.
that sort of thing. Put the right person on the right task. Phil's the right person for getting
Usually, sometimes
stuff.
YouTube does it for me, which is great, but I haven't heard anything back.
Gotcha. Okay.
Can we do sign for the meditation?
Signing for the meditation. You could if you kept your eyes open. I want to chat with you today. Oh, darn, I did forget. In my purse, Phil, is my little notebook. You might just want to just bring me my whole purse. Finding something in that thing is just a whole other thing. You know, you can just plan all you want, and then life happens. So that was lovely. Thank you, May. And it's like that physical connection with that. So you're on YouTube. You might want to go to Deneen and see the music video.
No matter how many times she gives me permission to go in her purse, I never touch it.
It's not that scary in here. Deneen, and the song we did was There Is a Dream. It's just beautiful. Phil and I first saw that song, or heard that song years and years and years and years and years ago when we were just trying to decide whether we wanted to even do the Divine Fellowship or not. And so when we decided we would, we went camping and under the stars. We had a cassette player and we were playing the song, and it just spoke to us about our dream for the Divine Fellowship. And our dream for the Divine Fellowship was to create a safe sanctuary, a safe place where people could come and explore, where no one would tell you what to think, no one would tell you what to believe. We might challenge your thinking, might challenge your beliefs, but you would have a safe place in which to do that. And our tagline for the Divine Fellowship is for joy, enlightenment, and spiritual sanctuary. And if it ain't fun, we're not doing it. and enlightenment, that's learning something new, getting new information, new awarenesses. And then the spiritual sanctuary, having a safe place to do that. There's probably not two people in this room who believe the same. And yet we're safe here. Nobody's going to tell you that you're wrong or that your belief system isn't good enough. Nor do we evangelize. We're not going to go out and try to make somebody believe what we believe. What we want to do is create this sanctuary again where people who are open can find us, can find that sanctuary. I know a lot of you have told me in the past that finding this place was like just a miracle. And that when you found it, it was like, how did I not, why did I not know this before? And some of you, I know who you are, but some of you had your friends tell you for years to come check out the Divine Fellowship, and you just couldn't because you didn't want to be hit with what you're used to or what you're familiar with. And then when you finally walked through the doors, you went, oh, this is what they're talking about. I get it. And it's not a teaching per se. It's a feeling, a sense. Just that open sanctuary where you can be whoever you are, you can explore in whatever fits for you. That's exactly the same energy we want to bring into our expo. Now, our expo is next April 4th and 5th. And that it's really kind of a fun thing. How many people go to the expo every year? Do you like to do that? Okay. So this will be our 20th expo. Can you imagine? Some people aren't even married that long. My first marriage didn't last that long. So 20 years of doing anything is profound, I think. But it's the 20th year in 2020. So it's kind of a fun thing.
It's our star year.
Huh? Our star year. Oh, all right. So great time for us to shine on. Hey, Beth.
Yes.
Would you see if you and Phil could bring the logo up for the new logo for the expo? You want to see if you guys can do that?
Yes. Please.
It's really cool.
Come on, Phil.
You know, you can't plan this stuff. Well, you can. See how that works for you. Right?
Lift your left leg and then do it. There you go.
No.
Ah.
There it did. It was the laughter. That did. So, while they're dinking with that. So our expo is this wonderful opportunity for people to come and play. And I've heard a lot of people tell me just recently, just this last year, that they come and they just enjoy the heck out of themselves. They just want to try new stuff. And so whether they're seeking or they're not seeking, it doesn't matter. They're open to something new and something different. Sorry, did I move? I did.
You're fine if you move. I've got a huge way.
Okay, all right. So, but with this being our 20th expo, I want it to just be stellar, but I also would like to do it a little differently. I would like us as volunteers, us as the sponsor, to do it differently. Our healing booth, Beth had this wonderful idea of creating some specialized healing things that we could do. So I thought, how fun would it be if we turned that into a tune-up? Come get an energy tune-up. We can do painless pain pulling, energetic battery replacement and recharge. What was the other? Hence my book. I have it written down. Lord willing. Energy infusion and Armor All protection additive. And any other healing modalities as required. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. Then people will be more likely to try that. Yeah. And I think fun is good. So I've been asking, the other thing, our illustrious hotel has decided that they were going to charge us an extra $1,000 to come in on Thursday night to tape everything. So rather than do that, we're going to adapt, because that's what we do. Darn it. Change. I hate change. So we're going to Friday morning, and we're breaking this venue up into 4 sections. And in those 4 sections, we're going to have a leader, and that leader is going to have a team, and they're going to just tape. Are we ready? It's on, isn't it? It's on. I see a little blue light. Okay.
Teams taking tech out of it.
I saw a flash, I thought. So we're going to get it all taped, so it'll have to be taped in just a couple of hours instead of doing it Thursday night. Usually it takes a couple of hours, but we'll knock that out. Then, the vendors are going to come in and set up, and we're going to have team leaders to do vendor support. And so I've already started asking people who would be willing to do some of those tasks, but they're creating a leadership team. They're leaders, and they'll create their own team. And so in whatever of those 4 areas, then people will come in and check in with those vendors, see if they need food, run to the deli. The vendor will pay for it, and then it's not on yet? All right, let's try that again. Hello, wakey, wakey. There we go. I heard it beep. There it is. Okay, let me stand back. What a rip. Let me turn this little light off. Are we ready? It's on.
There it is. There it is. It's appearing.
It's appearing. It's a vision.
Oh, wow.
Do you love it?
Wow.
Nice, huh? So the energy behind this is about healing. It's about growing. It's about having the safe structure to really branch out, try new things. Isn't it beautiful? Does that feel really good? Okay, that's all I wanted. We do have the little doves are about flying. I think those doves are about flying free. The little marking within, this little sigil here, this is about growth.
Made by Leanne.
Made by Leanne.
Yay, Leanne.
So
What is that, Jen? I'm sorry.
it's a sigil. It's a little lined marking that has energetic structure. So even though it's a physical thing here, it also has energy, so it carries energy with it. So anyway, that's that.
What is the pointer finger over here?
Oh, it is what that is. I don't know. So, sorry, this is seeming a little disruptive there. But I wanted you to see that because I think that's beautiful. Shifts the whole energy, doesn't it?
Is the tree like the tree of life? Is that, I mean, what is the significance of the tree?
Growth, branching out, trying new things.
And it's inside a crystalline structure.
Inside a crystalline structure that is supportive, which is what the expo is for us. We want this to be a supportive environment for people to try something they maybe haven't tried before, to step out of out into new territory. Because sometimes we don't try because we're just not familiar with it, right? I'd leave it up, but it would blind me, so don't want to be blinded. It's a little bite. So we'll have leaders for vendors, so they'll check in with the vendors. Even that hurt my eyes. To see if they need food or whatever from the deli, which will increase our deli sales. We have a minimum that we have to meet with that. Last year we were just a little under and they let us slide. So we have to be more diligent in making sure we buy stuff from there. And giving them restroom breaks if they need it or whatever. So that just being supportive of that. Because our vendors, without our vendors, we can't have a show. And we want to keep our vendors happy. And we had to increase the rate $20, $25 or something last time because our costs are going up. The hotel's costs are going up. So for that, we want them to have a little extra. Then we want to do the ticket taking a little differently so that when people walk in the door, it's not just giving your money, it's a welcoming, first contact kind of thing. Make that a little more fun, a little more enjoyable, a little brighter. We'll still have our lectures. We're still working on that. What else do I want to tell you? Missy? We have somebody who we're going to do, I told you about that. The silent auction. We're going to do the silent auction a little differently in that we're going to have shorter periods of time for people to stay and monitor that. So we're going to need more people to work with that, but shorter time periods. Because what happens is people get bored and they get distracted and la la la. And so we want that to just be a short period of time and people focus and just do what they're going to do. So as a volunteer, I'm still looking for one more leader to take over the kids section, the kids booth. We help children make prayer sticks and do coloring mandalas. And the kids love it. A lot of times parents will stay and make one too. So it's really a very cool thing. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I could use some help with that. So as a volunteer, our focus is different. Last year we had people just coming in and we did our best and we scheduled people up and then people didn't really know what they were doing and kind of, it wasn't as efficient as it could have been. So we're going to make it a little more efficient and a little more fun for those that are doing the volunteering. Because if it ain't fun, we're not doing it anymore, right? We're about joy, enlightenment, and spiritual sanctuary. If it ain't fun, if it's just a job, we're done. I don't know about you. I want it to be fun. Is this too much light? Do we get to use our curtains?
Yeah.
Did you vote for curtains?
All right.
Okay, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Oh, yeah.
Much better, huh? Thank you, Carol.
Yes, Carol, you're awesome.
Yeah, probably the center one. And Roy got him up there. Thank you. Teamwork. See, it's all about teamwork. Teamwork. So, I want a couple of people to share with you their experience of the Divine Fellowship, why they keep coming back, for heaven's sakes. I know you all have a story, but I would like them to share their story because this is exactly why we do Expo. We're not doing Expo as this big money maker thing. We're not doing Expo as a let's go convert people to believe what we do. No, we're just creating Expo as a sanctuary for people to have fun, learn something new, and have a safe place to do it, which is just the same as why we created the Divine Fellowship. And as a result of that, that's why you're here. And I want to hear from Sandra and William just really quickly here. There it is. I'm going to let you take that because I'm afraid I'm going to give feedback if I get any closer to. You both can come up.
We've been here 10 years. And when we walked in, in the door, we had been looking for a church here because we moved from a church where we were very active and it was fulfilling our needs, but God had called us over to this area to work for family. So we finally, in the yellow pages, found you. And on the Sunday that we came, they were doing this fun thing with balloons.
How many people have experienced the balloon thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Putting sayings in the balloons and then batting them all over the room, and it was a blast. It was something totally different than I'd ever experienced at church. So as we were leaving, I looked at William and I said, "This is like recess with God." And what I have learned here, what I came here to learn, it's very clear, is to guide me in trusting my heart space. I had not ever had that experience in any of the churches that I'd ever had, that I'd attended, and it has certainly done that. And the other thing that was so wonderful is that if there's energy in it, then you can do it. Where other places we had been, it was like, no, we can't have this, or you have to do this or that, blah, blah, blah. No, we got such support from the classes for the classes we wanted to do. It was a very different, open, and I told William then, I said, they don't need to be fixed. This is home. This is my tribe. Yeah. This is my tribe. There you go.
What does it say?
They showed up one Sunday with these hats.
Yeah. And T-shirts, had some T-shirts made up.
Yes.
And of Recess with God and the little cards. So we were over there and very involved in the Unity Church in Coeur d'Alene, where we came from. And we got ready to come over here, and I'm going, yeah, but God, I'm doing Course in Miracles, and we have friends, and we're doing this, we're growing spiritually, and there's not even a Unity Church over there. So now what? And God said, you think all this work I've been doing on you is going to go for nothing? And so we came over, and as Sandra said, we were never so supported in doing, why is this happening to me again? And Course in Miracles, it was always looked at through the lens of, are we making money?
Yeah.
Are we making a better structure here? And we come over here, and the Divine Fellowship is having recess, and nobody needs fixing. And when she said, learn to trust our own heart in everything that we do. So if whatever is said here, if you don't get a ring true, it's not yours. You don't have to worry about it. If it's true, you look into it deeper and you have the support to do that. That's what I love about this place, and the people here are here. Yeah, this is our tribe, and we belong here. I love you lots.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm hoping to have other people share their stories throughout the next little bit. But what I wanted, all that boils down to one simple truth. Matthew 5:14. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you're doing it, when you have that joyfulness within you, it's not just in this room, not just on Sunday morning, but you carry that with you. You are emanating this light energy that helps other people find their light. When we are resonating in this harmonic of love and light, other people go, oh, I didn't know that was, well, yeah, I got some of that too. And then their light shines. I'm going to have Roy tell his story, and not now, but I'll let you practice it first. I'm not going to call you out of the blue, but Roy has several stories where he has shared that just being this loving person that he is, other people are waking up. You are the light of the world, and the light that you are isn't something like, okay, now I have to really be good today. No, you just are. You just are. You just shine. And as a symbolic response to that, I have some fun stuff. These are little flashlights. How cool is this? A little tab for the battery. So you are the light of the world, and these things are really bright. So you work on cars, fill, and all kinds of stuff. So if you'd pass those down that side, and there's another batch over here, and just to help you remember that you are the light of the world, and that you're shining. You're shining. Shine on. So, Mr. Phil, if you'd join me up front, we'll do communion while that's going around, and then Valerie is going to share with us another wonderful guided meditation. In the light. That too. Communion. This is a physical manifestation of that divine connectedness that awakens and enlightens within. So in the cup is gluten-free. If you have a requirement for that, little squares on the side are unleavened bread, and then animal crackers, if you want to honor a Native American pathway. Whatever works for you works for us. Would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of light, walk with us in all things. Help us to see the light that we are. We forget. We see the darkness around us and we forget. Awaken that light within us. Let us shine. Walk with us. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. Blessings. As that continues around, would you join us in prayer again, please? Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in all of life. Help us to drink in the sacredness of life. Help us to remember that we are sacred and that we walk a sacred path. Help us to be willing to shine on that sacred path. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Everyone else thanks you.
Well, you know me, I love to talk.
Good thing.
So what brought me to the church is 7 years ago, I went to one of the expos that was at the Benton County Fairgrounds. And I was fascinated with the idea that we had Wiccan there, and we had Christians there, and we had people that didn't believe anything, and they were all vendors. And they were all welcomed and treated like family. And I went with my friend Tracy, and we couldn't believe it. And we said, you know what, this is home. Like Will and Sandra said, this is our tribe. So if you can give, that's awesome. If you can say a blessing, we love that. And have a great day.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, when the Divine Fellowship was getting started, we were telling some people about it and how we were going to just be open and welcome, and they said, oh, that'll never fly. No, you can't get Christians and Wiccans in the same room. They'll kill each other. So, yes, we can. That's not true. So, whatever your faith, you're welcome. Glad you're here. Am I forgetting anything? I feel a little disjointed, but that's okay because it is what it is. And I really just wanted to share with you how excited I am. I mean, Expo's how many months away from now?
Not far enough.
Not far enough. We have many months to go, though. And we're already geared up for that. It's wonderful, the volunteers that are willing to assist and take a lead. And so you might have a spot to work with us. Here. Yes, the good Lord just provides. We all share. Yeah. So, Miss Valerie, are you ready? Hey, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. Much appreciated.